Welcome back to another episode of Boys on the Bench podcast, where we play Rocket League and also discuss current things about football. I am Zach, and I'm here with my co-host, Medine.
Hi.
And Week 15 in NFL, a lot went down, a lot to discuss, so let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it with Week 15 previews. On Thursday we had Chargers versus Raiders. Going into overtime, Chargers barely get the win after missing two really crucial field goals late in the fourth.
Raiders were expected to get the dub, and Chargers somehow got it, with Justin Herbert thrown for 2 TDs. Well, Marcus Mariota had to come in for Derek Carr since he got injured. And Marcus Mariota threw 1 TD and 1 pick.
Marcus Mariota did step up, and we got to remember that he's not no ordinary second string. He played for the Titans for a couple years, did pretty well.
Yeah, and Darren Waller also went off.
Yeah, Darren Waller.
Yards.
Yeah, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs. They were. It's either a handoff or a pass, and it was going straight to Darren Waller. If not, maybe Aguilar.
Yeah, those were the crucial people.
Yeah, and then Chargers, very crucial play in overtime. Justin Herbert sees a man downfield, probably 40-yard wide open pass. Lucky they didn't get a touchdown right there, and the defender could get a shoelace tackle. But
yeah,
Raiders still pushing for last breaths of hope for this year's playoffs.
What seed are they right now?
They're in the hunt right now.
Moving on, we got the Bills and the Broncos. Bills winning 48, while Broncos have 19. Josh Allen, 2 touchdowns. Well, was it Drew Lock, 1 touchdown? Melvin Gordon played a role for the Broncos, having 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, there was one drive, I think it was at the 2-minute warning or right before, the Bills they were first and goal, and they got it first drive. But they had, I believe, 2 or 3 penalties that pushed them back to maybe the 25 and got it first play. That is momentum at its finest. They, even with like 2 or 3 offensive penalties, they can still get a touchdown first drive from a first or second and goal from the opposite 25.
Yeah, and they had a kicker who was 31, and he's a rookie, come in, and I think he missed one, made one. So that was his big day as well.
Josh Allen's still trying to like sneak his name into that MVP voting this year.
Oh yeah. I see the Bills going really far in the playoffs.
If Josh Allen does what he's been doing, if he has 2 more performances like that, he could be like a third person in the MVP talk.
I already think he is, behind Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He's super good.
And then moving on to our other Saturday night game, we had Packers and Panthers, really one-sided in the first half. Packers, 3 touchdowns in 3 drives. Panthers fumble at the goal line in one of their drives. Sets up for Packers touchdown. Not looking good in the first half, but then Panthers find hope in the second half.
Yeah, it came down to the wire in the final minutes. They had one final drive, and I think a couple flags were thrown, which ended it. But yeah, 8-point game, 16-24 Packers.
Packers punted it with like a minute left. From their own 5. The Panthers almost blocked it, but they got the punt at their own 40. But with I think 2 flags back to back, they were at their own like 10.
Yeah.
Next we got Colts Texans, very down to the wire, divisional match, always tense between these 2 teams. Really good defense, and offense trying to click this season, still hasn't found it. What are your thoughts on this game?
Deshaun Watson still playing very good. He needs to get out of freaking Houston. But the Colts played very well as well. Philip Rivers scoring 2 touchdowns. The receiving, not too bad. We got Zach Pascal and T.Y. Hilton doing some good work. And it was very close, 20-27. I didn't
Yeah.
think it'd be this close.
Uh,
Yeah.
that game, actually with like 16 seconds left, the Texans fumbled at the goal line to seal the game for the Colts.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And now the Colts they're tied for first in the division, but I believe the Titans have the edge over them with the head-to-head. But both teams tied for first with a 10-4 record heading into this week.
Yeah, the Titans have a win streak of 2, and the Colts have a win streak of 3, which is good to see for them.
And then speaking of the Titans, the next game is Lions versus Titans. Derrick Henry does his thing like usual. Tannehill finds deep ball like usual.
Yeah. Also, DeAndre Swift for the Lions. He also got 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Very good of the rookie.
So if I recommend if you have Derrick Henry or Tannehill heading into this week's fantasy, start them. I think Tannehill had 40 around there this week.
I don't remember, but it's probably somewhere around there. Since he scored 3 touchdowns for 273 yards.
So nothing really to talk about that. Again, Titans trying to push ahead, hoping that the Colts will lose once. But Titans have a game against Green Bay heading this week. That can decide the AFC South division and who could get the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Moving on, we got the Bears and the Vikings. Bears somehow get the dub with Money Mitch Trubisky with 1 TD and 1 pick.
I know the Bears can't really make the playoffs right now. It's a long shot. But I believe that this season is Mitchell Trubisky's proving season. It's where he's showing everyone that, like, you can compare Mahomes and Watson to him, but this season he has performed better than Watson. So
I think he should be the starter. It was their mistake to start Nick Foles, because if they would have started Trubisky, I feel like they would be in a better spot than they are right now.
yeah, and I believe Trubisky's only lost 1 game as their starter.
Yeah. Bad of them to bench him. But the Vikings, Dalvin Cook went off a little bit. Kirk Cousins, 2 TDs, 1 pick. And also Justin Jefferson showing up a little bit.
Yeah, and
104 yards.
that pick by Kirk Cousins, that was just at the end when he threw up a Hail Mary to try and win the game or tie it.
Yeah. Next we have the Seahawks versus Washington football team. Very close at the end with the final drive for the football team, but they did not get it. Russell Wilson not playing like he's supposed to.
Yeah.
He used to be in MVP talks, but now it's just slowly declining with 1 TD and 1 pick. Well, what was it? Dwayne Haskins had 1 TD and 2 picks.
Yeah, one of them was near the end again in the crunch time when you need that touchdown. I think it was a 4th and 20.
And they didn't have their starting running back. They had to put in McKissick. He didn't score a touchdown. And yeah, it was very close. 20-15 Seahawks.
But with this win for Seattle, it gives them the just a spot in the NFC playoffs. Washington still trying to hold on to that number 1 spot in the NFC East. Anyone can lead that division and represent them in this year's playoffs.
Yeah, the football team is still the leading in the NFC East.
Next we got Dolphins, Patriots, splitting the series this season 1-1. Patriots winning first game this year. Now Tua shows up and is kind of carrying the Dolphins towards a playoff spot.
Yeah, they're in the hunt right now. No, they're in the wild card, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're 6th. No, I think they're 7th.
Yeah, I think they're 7th. But yeah, Tua, it was such a good decision to start Tua. He's been pretty good. I can see him being very good in the future. But this game wasn't that good for him. He had 0 TDs, 1 pick. It was more of a rushing game.
Oh yeah, he got a rushing touchdown.
Oh, I didn't know. And then for Cam Newton, I feel like the Patriots just need a new QB. I don't think
Yeah.
Cam Newton is the guy. He's been playing not that good. But yeah, Dolphins 22, Patriots 12. Any thoughts about this one?
No, I mean again, this game I believe put Patriots out of playoff contention, but again they
Yeah,
had the most
took them
opt-outs
under.
this season with one of their, I believe Stephon Gilmore, maybe I think he opted out.
They had 5 starters opt out and 8 in total.
Yeah, and most of them are on their defense.
Yeah.
Um, then we have Ravens Jags, just 40-14, blowout by the Ravens.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson scoring 3 touchdowns with 1 pick. Unbelievable. They also put in Tyler Huntley, who rushed for 7. No, he rushed for 18. It was like, I forgot what it was. It was like 3rd and 20, and he rushed all the way back.
Who?
Tyler Huntley, it's their, I don't know what string, 3rd string, and he's pretty fast.
For Ravens?
Yeah, for the Ravens.
Huh.
And then Gardner Minshew, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Nothing too good.
Yeah, everyone was excited for him to return this week, but didn't. When you're going up against the Ravens, who are trying to edge themselves into the playoffs,
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Next, we got the Bucks versus the Falcons. Falcons blowing a 17-0 lead against Tom Brady again. Bucks winning this one 31-27.
Bucks
Thoughts
still
about this?
Bucks still trying to win NFC South this season.
Mm-hmm.
Bucks once lost, I believe, 4 out of their last 5 games, and now they're on, I believe, a 3-game win streak after their
Let me
bye.
see. Yeah,
Um,
they're on a win streak of 2.
Yeah, Matt Ryan, he tried, because I believe Julio was out. I'm not sure. But Calvin Ridley really stepped up. I believe got a touchdown with over 150 yards, I believe.
163.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it's much Falcons offense that struggled. It's just their second half defense.
Yeah.
And then Antonio
Todd
Brown.
Gurley didn't show up.
Yeah, he hasn't really done a lot this season. Antonio Brown got his first touchdown of the season, I believe, and it was like a 48-yarder.
Yeah, something like that.
And then
He hasn't scored a touchdown in a long time.
no, not his last touchdown reception was from Brady also in New England.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, last season.
Next up, we have the 49ers and the Cowboys. And I didn't think that it would be this high scoring, with the Cowboys scoring 41, while the 49ers scored 33.
Yeah, 49ers almost didn't even have 33 because of that last minute touchdown.
Yeah, Nick Mullins, he kinda showed out with 2 TDs and 2 picks.
Yeah, and 2
Well,
picks coming off of 2 picks and 3 drives.
Yeah, and then we got Andy Dalton with 2 TDs and 0 picks.
Pretty good game.
What carried them was their rushing. He had 2 TDs. Tony Pollard.
Yeah, Tony Pollard.
Pollard, yeah, that's
He had
his name.
I believe he had a 40-yard and a little goal line one.
Yeah, and then CeeDee Lamb also with 85 yards. He also had an onside kick return.
Yeah, that was insane.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
I believe so. this week they go up against Eagles with Jalen Hurts, as we'll get into right after this game. The Cowboys still edging themselves into the NFC East #1 spot. But they need Washington to lose out, which they're playing Panthers this week. I don't see that happening. I don't see them losing. Cowboys, if they want to stop Jalen Hurts, their defense needs, they cannot allow a 60-yard last-minute touchdown. They cannot allow 33 points with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Cowboys just gotta step it up a little bit.
Yeah, offensively, they have clicked. Andy Dalton has found a rhythm that really can't be stopped, and so has their rush.
They just need their defense to step it up a little bit more.
And then next, again, we have Jalen Hurts and the Eagles versus Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, both Oklahoma Sooners, battling out.
Two pretty good rushers as well.
Mm-hmm.
But Kyler Murray at the end edged it out, winning 33-26. He had 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, while Jalen Hurts just had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Unbelievable by the rookie.
Jalen Hurts, he does not, like, he can sense the pressure, but he does not fold under pressure. He had the Saints
he's
game,
very
he
good.
didn't fold last week. He has now the Cardinals. He had, I know they lost, but he had a minute left on a 4th down, I believe it was. He fumbled, picked the ball up, and then threw it to Dallas Goedert for a 1st down after scrambling away from 2 defenders.
Yeah, I think if Jalen Hurts was starting and Carson Wentz was benched, I feel like they would be top of their division and they would be going into playoffs without a doubt.
Yeah. But right now, I do think it is good that he started a little late. You didn't rush him in, because like with Tua, they didn't rush him and they told him he could start whenever he felt fine. Give the rookie some time to, like, develop from college into NFL, into the different playing styles, the different schemes. Don't like with Trevor Lawrence this season, I can guarantee he will not be super good.
Yeah.
Give them some time, let them be a second string for a couple weeks, let them feel comfortable.
Yeah, I agree. Plus, they're gonna have a good draft pick, so they could get some weapons,
Yeah.
like a new wide receiver. But yeah. Next, we have the Jets upsetting the Rams 23-0.
I think at one point it was, what, 17-0?
Mm-hmm. No, it was.
Was it
I forgot
17?
what it was.
Was it 17-0 or 20-0 Jets?
I don't remember what it was. It was like 13. It was 13-0, and then it just got worse.
Yeah, it's
What was it? Both fans of these teams are upset. Jets because they want Trevor Lawrence and they need to tank, and Rams just because they lost to the Jets.
yeah. See, at this point, you are already out of playoff contention. You have nothing to play for, and you haven't for maybe 4 weeks. Just if
Yeah.
I know the players want to win, but if you're the Jets management, don't win. You're about to replace your quarterback right now with someone who's going 85-3 since high school and heading into college playoffs right now. And now you're giving that up to the Jags. You enter this week with a 73% chance to get Trevor Lawrence, and now you're exiting it with under 25% chance of getting him.
Mm-hmm. And I think the Rams defense should be ashamed of themselves. I think people said that they had a top 10 defense.
Yeah, they were doing really well.
I mean, Aaron Donald, I guess, showed out a little bit. Tyler Higbee getting a touchdown, Robert Woods, Jared Goff doing a little bit good. I mean, the Jets basically have What, Frank Gore, Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
I mean, good for Frank Gore. This might be his last year.
Yeah, but that's just a disappointing performance.
Yeah. Next up, Chiefs versus Saints. Chiefs edging it out at the end, 32-29. Thoughts about this?
Uh, at the end of the first half, Saints almost got a touchdown off of a punt fumble, but instead we get a safety, so it chips off 5 points we could have had. That's fine. First drive of the half, we get a touchdown. We go for 2 instead of 1, so that's 1 point erased from us that we could have had. And overall, Cameron Jordan gets ejected for throwing a punch. Then the very next play, they throw an option over to Le'Veon, gets a touchdown. That, I think that, I'm not being biased, but with that performance, with how much we struggled and yet still put up a good game, Trey Hendrickson getting 2 sacks, we sacked Mahomes 4 times, pressured him a whole bunch. If we could play them in the Super Bowl, that would be, in my opinion, one of the best Super Bowls we could ever see. With a young quarterback, future Hall of Famer already, and then a future Hall of Famer in Drew Brees.
Yeah, it would be one. Top, like, 5. Drew Brees, he did pretty good coming back off those broken ribs.
He started 0 for 6, worst start, but as, like, I think we were trying for the big plays, for our momentum. If Brees can step it up this week, I know he has broken ribs and he's still trying to recover from that, but you don't need the big plays for momentum. Just the small runs, keeping the drive alive, that is momentum.
Yeah. Next we have the Browns versus the Giants. Freddie Kitchens had to replace Jason Garrett because he got COVID as head coach for the Giants. Baker showed off with 297 yards and 2 touchdowns, while the Giants had Colt McCoy, who didn't do that good. Thoughts about this one?
Okay, if Giants did not go for it twice in the red zone and took points, or well possibly ran a better play than like a fake punt or something.
Yeah, fake punt on like the 10.
Yeah, it would have been closer, but I don't think the Giants still would have won.
Yeah. I mean, we got 13 points from the second quarter, 7 from the fourth. I thought we should have scored lots more than 20, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of games this year where teams have underestimated a team, in which we're about to get into one of the biggest right up next. But again, there have been teams that have underestimated teams, like the Saints did with the Chiefs, Steelers did with the football. No, not the Saints. Saints did with the Eagles, Steelers did with the football team, and etc. It's just a really big problem in the NFL.
Yeah. And then, lastly, Monday Night Football. Bengals upsetting the Steelers 27-17. Thoughts about this one?
Steelers, I don't know. I think this was the game for them to click, for them to go back and fix everything that they've lost the past 2 weeks. And then in the first half, they have 3 turnovers already.
It was just disappointing. Being a Steelers fan, well, I'm not a Steelers fan, but I bet it was disappointing.
I'm calling them first round exits for sure now.
Oh, for sure. You got Juju dancing on everybody's logo. I won't be doing that week 17 with the Browns not having a logo.
And then Mike Tomlin's going to be talking to him about it.
That is honestly just... He went from being the most loved
to now the most hated. One of. And you cannot dance on... You can't even do anything on other people's logos. That is pure disrespectful. If anyone has ever seen the Cowboys 49ers moment where they would trade back, landed on the star, you've seen what that's caused.
Oh yeah. That would. If he did that against the Cowboys, he'd be in the hospital right now.
He was
Telling
going
you
to.
that.
He was going to, but there was a fight in the end zone that prevented him from doing it.
Yeah, he's lucky. But also Ben Roethlisberger, he didn't have that much of a good game either. One TD, one pick. I mean, he started off really bad.
He was sort of like Drew Brees. They're trying to find the big plays.
Yeah.
Big plays early on, not worth it.
And then Ryan Finley showing up, one TD. He had one rushing as well, 23 yards. Proud of him.
Now we can move into week 16 predictions and all that. We have Christmas. What did you have anything else to say?
No, I didn't have anything else to say.
Okay. So week 16 kicks off Christmas afternoon, December 25th, 3:30 or 4:30 wherever you live. Saints host the Minnesota Vikings. Now this isn't the playoffs. This is the regular season.
Yeah.
Two different teams when they come into the regular season compared to playoffs. Vikings, I think they're second in the hunt. Bears on top of them. Vikings are 2 games. I don't know. Saints still trying for the third week in a row to win the NFC South. Will they do it this week? Yes, I believe so. I just think that we cannot lose to the Vikings this week.
Yeah.
I don't know, but my hot take is Juwan Johnson will get a touchdown. I do not care.
Juwan Johnson.
This week or next week, he's getting a touchdown. He's getting starting minutes.
You want to tell the people why you think that?
Okay.
Out of TikToks.
Yeah, so Juwan Johnson, he's a Saints rookie. Follow him on TikTok and all that. And he's responded to some of my comments, and I said that if he gets a touchdown this season, I'll buy his jersey, which I will. I already looked at jerseys of his. But with Michael Thomas out for the rest of the season, Traquan Smith with a head injury or neck injury, and now Traquan Smith just got injured, and then Deontay Harris with an injury, and him starting, I think Drew Brees will find the rookie and try getting him some experience.
I could see it. I have the Saints winning about in the 30s while the Vikings stay below 14.
I say 31-17.
Alright. You see the Vikings kicker making a field goal. That's something positive.
And then we head into Saturday games. We got triple header on Saturday. We have 12 o'clock. Lions hosting the Buccaneers. Lions, nothing to play for. And Buccaneers just trying to hold on the NFC South.
Yep. I have the Buccaneers winning, obviously. But I feel like it's going to be a close game with Matthew Stafford being very good the last couple of weeks.
Was he playing on Sunday?
Yeah, he was. Because he had the no look against the Titans.
Oh, yeah. I think Buccaneers are sort of unstoppable right now. Off their bye week, something happened.
I have the Bucks winning 24-17.
Okay. I can see that.
It's going to be very close.
Next we have 49ers Cardinals at 3:30, 4:30, wherever you watch it from again. Cardinals trying to edge themselves into the wild card.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd lose as many games as they have right now. Well, the 49ers just have been having lots of injuries.
Yeah, they've used, I believe, 78 people this season out of a 53-man roster.
They just signed as well Josh Rosen.
Yep, from the Buccaneers practice squad.
Yeah, so he might make a start.
He was actually drafted by the Cardinals too.
Well,
So
I
maybe
have
some
the
revenge.
Cardinals winning.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I can see Cardinals win, but if they, I hope they do start Josh Rosen and he does decently.
Yeah, I hope he gets like 2 touchdowns. I have this one being like 17 49ers, 35 Cardinals.
Yeah. Again, I don't think Cardinals are gonna let up. They're coming off of a big game against uh Philly.
Eagles. Yeah. Next up, Dolphins versus Raiders. Two teams in the hunt. One 9-5, while one is struggling 7-7.
Oh, Dolphins are the seventh seed.
Right. So we got one in the playoffs, while one is in the hunt. I'm taking the Dolphins for this one. Tua is gonna go off.
Um, I think I think the Raiders are gonna have the offensive performance as they did last week,
hmm
but their defense meh. But I see the Raiders pulling out the win.
Raiders, alright. What do you think the score is gonna be?
27-24.
Alright. I mean, it really just depends on who your QB is. Marcus Mariota, Derek Carr.
I
We don't know yet.
I would hope that with the performance last week they start Mariota.
Well, it says here that Derek Carr is preparing to play. So, who knows? I still have the Dolphins winning this one. They're gonna get double-digit wins.
And then now we're heading into Sunday games. Now we have Giants versus Ravens.
hmm What is it? If Giants win and Browns win, Browns make the playoffs. But this isn't gonna happen. I have the Ravens smoking the Giants.
Yeah, kind of like what they did with the Jags.
Yeah, something around there actually. 14?
Yeah, Lamar gets rushing touchdown, throws one. J.K. Dobbins gets a touchdown. Mark Andrews probably will get a touchdown.
Yeah,
Maybe something from Dez again.
maybe something from Trace McSorley.
He got his
Put him in.
Dez got his first touchdown since December 17th, 2017. Yeah, last week.
Yup. Good of him. He threw up the X too.
Again, Ravens one-sided. Next we have Chiefs versus Falcons. You have to go Chiefs on this one.
Yeah. Chiefs are obviously probably gonna win this.
I mean, like,
It's-
you would hope the Falcons could have a better offensive performance and upset the Chiefs like the Raiders did.
Yeah, but it's probably not gonna happen. It's gonna be, I'd say Chiefs in the 30s, while the Falcons stay below like 20, like 17.
I can see that. So,
Somewhere around.
during the Saints game, it said the Chiefs had the number one, I believe it said pass offense, but the number 17th rush offense, but yet that evens out to the number one offense in the league.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. I thought their rush would be way better with Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, Clyde got injured against New Orleans this past week. He was
Dang.
struggling to walk.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell just hasn't been clicking.
Not since he left Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And then next we got the Panthers and Washington. If Washington lose out, and what is it?
Dallas
The
wins out.
Yeah, and Dallas wins out, and the Giants lose 2, then the Dallas Cowboys can make it to the playoffs. But I don't see it, as I think the Washington football team is going to beat the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. Panthers. They haven't found anything. They started, I think, I want to say they started 4-1 this season.
Yeah, I don't remember. But what I do know is Washington football team's defense is gonna help them destroy the Panthers this week. But also, did you see, where is it? Dwayne Haskins broke COVID rules.
Oh yeah, with the strip club.
Yeah, he went to the strip club, and who knows what's gonna happen.
It's crazy.
But yeah, I see the football team winning 17-7.
Okay. I don't really know a whole bunch of scores for these games, but Washington wins by at least a touchdown.
Next up, we have the Browns versus the Jets. Jets coming off a win, while the Browns are also coming off a win against the Giants. I have the Browns winning. I wouldn't say a lot of points, maybe in the 30s. But I do have Baker, this is a hot take, thrown for 3 touchdowns. That's my hot take.
So, who would he throw those to?
I would say 1 to Jarvis, and then 1 to Higgins, and then 1 to our tight end.
Austin
Just
Hooper?
one. I wouldn't say. I mean, we have 3 tight ends that we use, though it's hard. We have Harrison Bryant, Njoku. I don't know. But I do know those 2 will get a touchdown and one of our tight ends.
Oh yeah. What about the run game?
I feel like I don't know. Kareem Hunt won't do as good, but Nick Chubb will go off. Because the Jets defense is poor against the run game.
Okay. Bears and Jags. I believe it's the 7th. If the 7th seed loses in the NFC this week, and the Bears win, that'll put them in the playoffs, I believe.
I believe so, yeah.
Jags coming off of horrible performance against Ravens, couldn't stop them no matter what they tried. Gardner Minshew versus Money Mitch, like you called him earlier, which I can agree on that right now.
Money Mitch Trubisky, he's going off.
With that momentum, Bears one-sided again.
Oh yeah, for sure. Jags haven't won a game since week 1, which is surprising because it was against the Colts.
Yeah, one of the best defenses.
They were in their first 14 games, the Colts have been favorites to win.
The Super Bowl?
No, their first 14 games.
Oh.
Yeah, so like every game for the first 14, they were favorites.
Even against the Packers?
I believe so, yeah.
Dang, and they ended up winning that game.
Crazy.
Next we have Bengals and Texans, 2 teams really who don't have anything going for themselves this season.
Just struggling. Texans, I feel like, are gonna win. Deshaun Watson is gonna throw for at least 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns? Okay. I say whoever, was it Finley? If he, I think he puts up the same performance, if not better.
Alright. I mean, their offense was clicking against the Steelers. Some injuries, yeah. But, it's gonna be a close game against those 2.
Yeah. Then next we have the Steel City, Pittsburgh Steelers hosting Indianapolis Colts. A must-win game for both of these teams. Pittsburgh could fall to 11-4 after starting 11-0. Colts could win and maybe Titans lose against the Packers, move up in the AFC South, or both teams lose and they stay tied, or Colts lose, Titans win.
Who knows? What do you think about this game? Who do you think is going to win?
Colts, their defense unstoppable. I give them by 10 points.
Alright, not going to be biased or anything, but I have the Colts winning. Just because their defense is super good. I wouldn't say like one of the best, not top five, but it's up there. And I think Philip Rivers is gonna do pretty good this game.
Alright. And then next, we're heading into our first 3 o'clock game. Broncos going to San Diego to play the Chargers at Sophie Stadium. Chargers coming off of a good win, you know. Justin Herbert finally getting a win after struggling the past couple weeks.
Yeah, I have the Broncos. I wouldn't call it an upset, but I don't think the Broncos are favorites to win this. But I have the Broncos winning this one. If Drew Lock plays like he did a couple weeks ago, where he had those 4 touchdowns, and the Broncos offense starts to click more, I have the Broncos winning.
Okay. I have the Chargers winning only because of the performance they had. If their kicker can do something, then that'd be good. But I give them maybe a 10+ lead over the Broncos. And we have a couple minutes. We have like 5-something minutes for 4 more games.
Alright, that's fine. Next up, Eagles and Cowboys, division rivals going at it.
Both teams need a win for the playoffs.
Yeah, I have the Eagles winning just because of Jalen Hurts.
I can see this going either way, but right now I want the Cowboys to make the playoffs only because of Dak, him going down. But I can see it going either way again, so I'm gonna take the Cowboys only if their defense can do the same thing as it has been doing its past couple weeks.
Alright, next up, Rams who are coming off of a loss against the Jets, and the Seahawks who are coming, a win against
Football team.
Against a football team, that is right. I'm taking the Seahawks for this one. Also, Wilson won't show up. I'm gonna say 2 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Okay. I'm going opposite. You know, Sean McVay, he's a hard coach. Like, he gets to his team well. You coming off of a loss against the worst team in the league, that has to push you for more motivation. And you already beat the Seahawks once this season, and this is for the NFC West. I believe Aaron Donald, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and Jared Goff will get the job done and win by, because Seahawks have been struggling the past few weeks.
Yeah, they have.
So I will take Rams by 7, maybe 3 points. Close game or not, I say the Rams.
Alright, moving on. Titans versus Packers. 7 o'clock game Central. This is going to be a close one, but I do have the Packers edging it out and getting the dub with Aaron Rodgers throwing at least 3 touchdowns, while Ryan Tannehill only throws 2.
Alright, I have some hot takes for this game, real quick. I believe A.J. Brown will get a touchdown. Derrick Henry will get over 100 rushing yards.
Okay.
Aaron Jones gets over 100 rushing yards.
Could also see it.
And Devontae Adams gets a touchdown. And Robert Tonyan. That is 5 hot takes for this game.
Alright.
This is going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be a very close game from opening kickoff to the final minutes. But I believe the Titans will edge it out, because I think they're going to get an upset if it is one. But I think the Titans will win.
Alright, and then lastly, Monday Night Football, 7:15 Central. Bills versus Patriots. Bills already won the division, and the Patriots have been eliminated from the playoffs. I'm taking the Bills, obviously.
Yeah, so at this point, Bill Belichick hasn't had this happen in 11 years, so you don't know if they're going to have Cam Newton play this game or sit him.
Yeah, and Bills are looking like actual Super Bowl contenders. I think if anybody has to beat the Chiefs, it would be the Bills in the playoffs.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Bills looking unstoppable right now, so I give them 14 points heading into this week.
Alright.
We have maybe a minute, so what are some things we can probably see heading into this next episode and what we will be talking about?
I guess we can start talking about the actual playoff picture since there's only going to be
One more
one
week.
more week after this, and then we can start getting into who's going to win the wild card rounds, draft picks, the rebuilding of some teams, and the future of the NFL itself.
So possibly a longer episode, or just shortening up, not reviewing or previewing week 17, just talking about NFL.
Oh, it depends. I mean, I'm gonna take a guess and say shorter, just because there isn't gonna be as many games. But hopefully there's gonna be some good ones, high scoring.
Yeah. Um Again, if you guys want us to talk about anything, discuss it, have a decently long talk about it, just comment that. We'll do it. We'll feature it in one of these videos. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you have any hot
Happy
takes yourself,
holidays.
what?
I said happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. If you guys want your hot takes, comment them, and we'll look at them, and if you guys get it right, we'll say it in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed again. See ya.